Hello. So, about a week ago, I had made a video entitled What I Believe. And it was a basic overview of my spiritual or religious beliefs. And I had mentioned while I am eclectic, hence the word eclectic and syncretic, that if I had to give a title to it, it mostly revolved around again a syncretic religion, meaning one and another combined together. Yes, they are two separate religions. Yes, I acknowledge that they are two separate religions that I have brought together, and so have a few other people. But mine would be Christian Wicca. Now, I do take from a lot of other things, but a lot of things that I incorporate into my practice, a lot of it comes from Wicca and what I'm learning, and I still keep a few of my uh, beliefs from Christianity. I don't call it Trinitarian Wicca, even though that's a big focus, the Trinity and how I see the male part of God, because I've heard that Trinitarian is more exclusively the Abrahamic pantheon, or the Abrahamic names for God, and I extend beyond that. Like on my little bookshelf altar thing, there is a statue of Ganesh. I had a frame once with a picture of Athena and Kali in there. But again, I use both the mother and father in the God figure. My male form of God that I usually acknowledge happens to be Jesus. And then Ganesh. Um, I consider, I don't know if I'd call them my patron gods or whatever, but I feel very connected to Christ and Ganesh in the male aspect. Um, it's very Hindu for me on the female because I feel connections to Sarasvati, and that's kind of my spiritual name, what I'm going with right now. And Kali is another one. And um, when I did this video, while there are people generally interested, I also had some more negative comments. One's about, Wicca and Christianity are two different religions, right? You can't mix the two. And about how I'm offending them and this and that and this and that. And they just sound as bad as some of the Christians that they complain about. Okay, I'm gonna say this. A religion is perfect. Not even paganism. Not even Wicca. Not Wicca, not Comedicism, not Asatru, not Odinism, not any fucking religion. Okay? You talk about the persecution that Christians brought upon you. For a while, some Christians were persecuted for what they fucking believed in. Sexism. People use pagan imagery of women who are supposed to be strong women and shit as a cure for Christianity and Islam and sometimes Judaism. Here's the thing. Some of those societies were not always that fucking great to women. Okay? A lot of places in Greece and Rome, they didn't have all the rights that men had. I think maybe Egyptian women had a little bit more than they did. So you really can't say that paganism always treated women very good, because it's not true. But you can't group paganism as a whole. You can't say if one culture did this, then all the rest might have. And the same goes for Christianity. while there are some that believe in traditional marriage and have said awful things about homosexuals, some even trying to go back to the Bible times to stone people who they believe are sinful, you have those, and then you have gay-friendly churches. You have places where only men are allowed to preach, and you have ones where they don't care who you are. They even have women pastors. I don't get the whole elitism in religion. Why must your way be the only way? Who are you to tell anybody that they're doing it wrong? If they are doing it wrong, that's up to them and whatever they believe is in control of the universe. Truthfully, I believe, unless you're hurting somebody, stealing, murdering, whatever, what you do is between you and God. Now, you may give suggestions to people, but why concern yourself so much with it? You know? Why does it bother you so much? If it does, ignore it. You don't have to associate with that person. Don't keep arguing that their beliefs are wrong just because they're different than yours, just because it's not of your denomination or your tradition or whatever. I mean, people are so stuck on this thing that I can't take anything from the Bible. I can't take anything about Jesus or Christianity and put it with Wicca. Now, from my knowledge, Wicca was made in Britain, Great Britain, the UK, whatever you want to call it, around the 50s. And if I'm right, it started out with more Celtic type deities. I think also Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, probably in other words I'm thinking of that it's not coming to my mind right now. But there are Wiccans that are Terran Wiccan, which take in Egyptian, and they have the Greek pantheon. Some are even using the Hindu one. It's, you know? So if they can use all those cultures, why can't I use that one? Again, not every culture got along. Not every culture that was pagan respected women. Not all of them respected other religions. Pagans are individuals, just like Christians are, just like Muslims are, just like Jews are, just like everyone is. You cannot group people together because they are of the same religion, that they all have the same mind. Because if you don't want them to do it to you, you don't do it to somebody else. And I just see it in all face. You can't mix this. You can't take from this. And who is saying that everyone totally mixes everything? Maybe they just like an idea that's presented by somebody of another religion. Maybe they like that type of outlook on a certain subject. Doesn't mean they have to abandon all their former beliefs. Okay? The different traditions of Wicca were made because people believed in the base of Wicca and other things, but they also had different ideas about it, and they didn't agree on everything. And that's the same with Christian denominations and Jewish sects and all that other stuff. Alright, no matter what you are, your way is not the only way. It's not the only correct way to do things. Like I said, I'm just tired of seeing all this elitism in everything. From alternative subcultures to fads and trends and trads to even now religion and spirituality. Just because somebody does something different than you doesn't mean they're wrong. And even if they are wrong, so fucking what? I'm sorry for swearing here. So what? If it bothers you, don't read their posts. Don't watch their videos. You know, they're on TV, don't watch their shows. Don't listen to their music. Don't read their books. Whatever the hell they do. If it bothers you that much, just don't bother with it. Unless they are bringing you harm, leave them alone. And that's my little rant for today. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye, and blessed be everyone.